Hi everybody, this is Miss Craig. I wanted to jump on here and make sure that I give you a quick tutorial on all of the different apps and platforms for reading intervention that we're going to be using during distance learning. And so I'm going to start right here with Clever, and this is kind of where all of our online access begins. So you would click here, log in as a student, and then it'll prompt you to give your students login information. Mine jumped straight in for me. And then for reading intervention, we're going to be using the Teams app on Microsoft. And so students can access that through Office 365, the login right here. And once they log in, it will ask them for their email address and password. I've sent out via email a tutorial or some screenshots of how to get them logged into Teams. But if you don't know their email address or their password, please let me know and I can make sure and get that to you. Once they log in once, it probably will just pop them in like it did for me. And they're going to be looking for this Teams app right here with the people and the T. They'll click on that. And it will bring them up to a page with all of their teams, and it will most likely look like this. So if their teachers have their own team pages, which a lot of us are using for distance learning, they'll have several options. But for reading intervention, it looks like this with the book. And they'll click in and they'll have access to two different pages over here on the left. The general page is where I'm going to be posting announcements for everyone in reading intervention, things like how to log into Epic. I talked to some of you earlier this week on here, and this is where I'll be posting links for the video chats. And they also are going to have access to a grade level page, and these different pages are going to help me to differentiate the work because reading intervention really needs to be differentiated to the students' needs. And so they'll have access to one of these grade levels. And on these pages is where I'll be posting specific information. So for example, for kindergarten, I had posted a video to say hello as well as a few things that they could get started to work on. Also shout out to some friends who are spending a lot of time on Lexia. And so from here, is where all of the information for reading intervention will be is through this Teams app. And so a few things that I'll be assigning. First of all, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting next week, I'm going to be posting videos of me doing guided reading lessons that your students can follow along, and I'll do a screen share kind of like what I'm doing right now. And those will be posted in their grade level folder. And I'm going to be using the platform Epic. Students do have access to Epic through Clever. And so on their Clever page, it's going to be in a different place for everybody, but the icon looks like, right here, blue, and it says Epic, and they'll click on that, and it'll come up maybe to this page, or it might directly log them in. If it comes to this page, they're going to want to click Students, and they'll enter their class code. So some of their reading teachers might already have Epic accounts. And so, for example, they would just click on the class. For our class, where I'll be posting assignments, is the code XMN4553. And again, the classes that they have will be posted here, and then they can click on the class. Once they've logged in once, it'll stay there. They'll click on the class, and then they'll pick on their name. And so, for example, let's click an island, and it'll pop up, and when I've given assignments, it will tell them what the assignments are. A lot of them also have quizzes, and so that kind of helps me to determine their comprehension level, and the books that I'm assigning are on their reading level. So in addition to the assignments, students have access to all kinds of books. They have videos. There are ways for them to read to me. So if you want your student to listen to a book, they can click on the Read to Me and click on a book that they want to listen to, and it will start reading to them, and they can start and stop however they like. And so Epic will be my way to assign different books and for them to be still continuing to read on their reading level. And that will be the platform as well that I use for the guided reading videos that I post. If you also want another way for your students to listen to stories, there's a great website, storylineonline.net, and they can click on a book and then it will someone, a famous actor from the Screen Actors Guild, will read them a story, and they can follow along and listen, which I think is great for them as well. So I also wanted to show 2 other apps that I will be assigning work on, in addition to Lexia, which I'm sure that most of you are aware of for reading. For students in K through 2, there is a new app that we have because of distance learning, and it ties directly to their MOI reading scores that we administered in January, and it's called Amplify Reading. And to get there, they go to reading.amplify.com. It might ask for a class code, or it might just ask for the student login. So our reading intervention class code is 902. Your teachers also might have a different class code. If it just asks for the student login, please let me know, and I have all of their logins. I've also sent them in the chat feature on Teams, so it might be there already for you. And again, this is for grades K through 2, and it ties directly to the scores from MOI, and so it's going to give them specific activities for them to grow those scores. And then for my kids in 3 through 5, because we focus mostly on comprehension, I'm going to be posting assignments on Common Lit. And when you log into Common Lit, it's going to pop up and give you different assignments. So 3rd graders will receive some, 4th will receive others, and it will pop up and it will give you the assignment, and then you will read the book or read the text, and then it will give you some questions. It's also really helpful because it will allow you to click on words within the text, and it will read the words to you. You can have it read the entire text to you, and this also does allow for written responses, which will help me to give more differentiated support. And so, again, everything can be found through Clever, and then new things will be posted on Teams. And just as a reminder, we will be having another virtual chat tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and that link is right here on Teams. You can just click it and join the chat, and feel free to ask any questions. So I hope this was helpful. I want everything to be streamlined. You can also certainly be spending time working on your grade level packet and asking me questions if you need help with that. Feel free to email me or text me or use Teams to get in touch with me. If you would like to have an individual conversation or an individual chat, please let me know and we can set that up. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you need any support with logging in, with their login information, or you're not able to access an app, or maybe it looks different on a tablet than a computer, please let me know and we can help get all of that put together so that everyone can be successful. If you need anything, let me know. I hope you all are staying safe and staying inside, or running around the block, walking around the block, and getting out in the weather that is starting to become nice again. Thanks, everybody. Let me know if you need me.